Okay, so we're going to cover a classic Marvel story. Yes, we are. Spider-Man Annual number 16. And the reason why, because this gives us the first appearance of Monica Rambeau. And matter of fact, we actually learn how she got her powers and how she became the Captain Marvel of Marvel Comics in the 1980s and a little bit of the 1990s, but also how she joined the Avengers as well. And so to begin today's storyline, we pick up with Peter Parker. And you have Peter Parker at the bus station just minding his business, but really more of waiting for Harry Osborn and Liz Osborn to arrive at the bus station. The new couple is coming back from their latest trip. Now, while doing that, his spider sense goes off. And while it goes off, it's telling him of danger. But the danger is Monica Rambeau. And when it comes to Peter Parker, he never met this woman at all. And he's wondering why in the world would his spider sense tell him that she's some kind of dangerous person. Now, for Peter Parker, you would think that he would follow her to see why she's so dangerous. Not really. Homeboy follows her because he finds her very attractive. He's all, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and see I can get her number. And so that is why he follows Monica Rambeau around, really. And so while you have Peter Parker changing into his Spider-Man outfit, well, Monica Rambeau is just walking on and minding her business, except that is when she is confronted by some random thugs in the city who are trying to, one, take her purse, and two, most likely do some horrible things to her, except she's able to protect herself and being able to take down both thugs so easily. But right after she was able to take down both of the thugs, well, you did have one more thug try to do a sneak attack on her, but Spider-Man was able to come in at the very last second, take out that thug, but then you have Spider-Man wanting to talk to her, and so he comes up from behind, which honestly is a bad move, but he does. Except right when he does, she touches him and he flies back pretty fast. And you're wondering what the heck just happened to Peter Parker, because literally all she did was touch him and send him flying back the other direction. And right after she had literally knocked out Spider-Man, you didn't have Monica Rambeau, or Captain Marvel, realize what she has done to Spider-Man. Now, he's knocked out, but with her seeing that what she has done to him, she tells us that she doesn't have full control over her powers yet. And that is really important. And the reason why, because later on in the story, we're going to learn why it is so important for her to learn how to control her powers. And matter of fact, in a later story we're going to cover probably in a week or two, you're going to see another reason why it is so important for her to learn how to control her powers. Either way, once she realized what she did to Spider-Man, she does change into her Captain Marvel outfit. And once she does that, she flies over to the Empire State Building. And when she gets there, this begins our coverage over her origin story. How did she get her powers? But at the same time, we also learn that she's very scared about the idea of not being able to control her powers. And the reason why? Because if she can't, the entire world could possibly be doomed. And so to begin our coverage over the origin of Monica Rambeau, well, we have to jump over to a different city, really a different state. And we pick up in New Orleans. This is where Monica is from. By the way, when it comes to her origin story, how she got her powers, it only takes place a couple weeks before the current setting with her and Spider-Man. Either way, when it comes to Monica Rambeau, well, in New Orleans, she was part of the Harbor Patrol. Oh my God, I butchered that. Either way, when it comes to Harbor Patrol, she was actually really great at her job. And matter of fact, she felt like she deserves a promotion to become a captain. Unfortunately, she did not get that promotion. She lost her chance. And so when she did go confront her boss kind of told her like, hey, listen, the reason why I didn't pick you to become a captain because how you work, how you handle things are so very strange and weird. Now, for Monica Rambeau, she believes the reason why she was not offered the chance to become a captain is because she is a woman, and that is why. And so she does leave his office very upset. And right after she leaves her boss's office, well, she is confronted by Professor Andre Declair. Now, when it comes to Andre Declair, he used to work alongside her grandfather, so they're family friends. But when it comes to Andre Declair, the reason why he is here because he heard that Monica worked for Harbor Patrol, and he has a big problem at the moment. See, he had a project where he was trying to draw energy from other universes to make new clean energy, except the problem was who hired him to basically make the project, and that was a South American dictator. Now, at first, he believed his boss was on the same path to make new clean energy, but in reality, he wanted to take Andre's project and turn it into a more powerful nuclear bomb to be a powerful weapon for war. And so as soon as Andre found out, he basically left, except the dictator hired someone else, and that is Felipe Picario. And Picario is working on the project on a nearby oil rig. And so when it comes to Andre, he was hoping that Monica and the Harbor Patrol will be able to shut down the rig. Unfortunately, when it comes to the rig, it's too far out from America's shores, so America has no right to shut it down. And so now is Monica wondering how can she help the professor to stop this more powerful nuclear bomb getting out there in the world. It could cause heavy damage. And this leads into Monica's master plan. And when I say her master plan, I really mean more of a very interesting dumb plan. So as soon as Monica and you have the professor arrive at the oil rig, she tells professor to stay on the boat but stay hidden so that she'll go to the rig and pretend to be some lost hot lady to trick Picario to show her the powerful weapon so that she'll be able to shut it down. And so as soon as they arrived at the oil rig, well, the plan begins to go into work. She appears and they're all like, oh my gosh, she's so hot, she's so beautiful. Yeah, let this random lady on our secret top project rig right now and just see what she wants. And on top of that, you have Felipe like, listen, she can stay how long she wants. I feel like I'm madly in love with her. Like literally all the guys just fall apart as soon as they see Monica Rambeau. It's pretty funny, but at the same time, it's like, why? Because this is a secret project rig you're working on right now, and you're letting some random woman get on your rig who could possibly be trying to shut it down, which she's trying to do. And matter of fact, her plan does work at first until the alarms go off. And the reason why the alarms go off because the professor was caught. And with him being caught, you then have both Monica and Felipe run over to where the guards have the professor. And when they do, that is when you have Professor tell the truth that he came with Monica. So her cover is blown just like that. Which honestly, I'm sitting here more of, why would you do that? They had no idea that you two were together. She could have played it off and still be able to shut down the secret project. But unfortunately, homeboy said, Monica, save me. And so her cover is blown now. But as soon as Felipe finds out that one, Monica is a liar, and two, the professor is here, well, you didn't have Felipe say, you know, professor, you were fired and replaced by me. And I'm going to show you what I was able to do. Now, when it comes to the professor, he's saying this is a bad idea because the project was not made to be used as a weapon. This could literally backfire. But when it comes to Felipe, he's more of, no, I'm going to show you how smart I am and I got the project to work. And so his goal is to use the weapon right now on America. here is the thing though, because Monica is there as well. And so what Monica does, she smashes the weapon, the project. And when she does that, there's a huge light. Bam, whoo, huge light. And she's teleported away. And this gives us the first look of her power. See, because with her destroying the equipment that made the project of Andre Declair, well, her body was bombarded with extra dimensional energy. And so now she has the ability to convert her body mass into any form of electromagnetic energy. That is very huge. And so right now, we just saw her being able to travel at the speed of light to somewhere else, far away from the old rig. And once she realized that she's no longer on the old rig, her main goal is to find a way back to the old rig to save Professor, but to also stop Felipe as well. And after that, she finds this warehouse. And when it comes to this warehouse, she finds her Captain Marvel outfit, because in this warehouse, there were just a bunch of outfits just laying around. And she was able to find her Captain Marvel outfit in that warehouse. But with her being able to do that, well, now she's saying, okay, I have to help the professor. But when she looks back over at the professor's oil rig, or really the oil rig belonged to the dictator, well, we kind of find out something crazy is happening over there. Something big and wild. And so as soon as she sees that, her thought process is, I have to get back over there to stop that mess, but to also save the professor. And with her thinking that, her powers say, oh, you want to go back? Okay, cool. Bam, you're back over there, being able to travel at the speed of light. And once she does arrive back over there, this is where we kind of find out what is happening at the oil rig. See, at the oil rig, well, the project of Andre Declair, or really the Felipe version of the project, it had basically opened up a portal between two universes, the main Marvel universe and another one who knows where. But right now with this portal, it's only going to get bigger and bigger. And once it is able to get big enough, then both of the universes are going to collide into one another, which would mean the death of both universes. And so Monica has to use her newfound powers as a way to shut down the portal, which she's able to do. It's honestly one of those crazy big moments for a character. Now, once she does that, she's also able to save the life of the professor. And so the day is saved. The project is destroyed, the professor is still alive, so is Monica Rambeau, and she also got new powers. Oh, by the way, she just saved not one, but two universes. And really, the rest of her origin story is more the professor coming by later on to meet up with Monica Rambeau to explain her powers even more, to say that she now has the ability to become radio waves, light, even electricity. She can go through solid objects. She can travel at the speed of light. And she can also release a small amount of energy as a blast. So now we know her powers completely. Also, you have Professor give her a newer version of her outfit to say, I feel like you should be a hero. And after doing that, well, she then quits her job at the Harbor Patrol and becomes a superhero. And so this leads us back to the present day, where we pick up with Monica Rambeau still standing on top of the Empire State Building. Now you have Peter Parker swing his way over there to see what in the world is up with this random lady, to only get there and to have her disappear just like that. Now, the reason why she had just disappeared is because she tells us that her powers are going out of control, and sooner or later she could release a huge amount of energy that could destroy the entire world, possibly the universe. And so she left to go get some help. Now, when Peter Parker arrives, well, she's already gone. And so he's wondering, where does she go to? Because he didn't hear what's going on with her powers or where she went to. Now we know she went over to the Baxter Building to go see the Fantastic Four, but Peter has no idea. So he had to do some kind of deal with a young boy to get a quarter so that he is able to use a pair of binoculars on the Empire State Building to find out where in the world Monica went to, which was the Baxter Building. Except when she arrives at the Baxter Building, well, most of the Fantastic Four is not there, especially Reed Richards, the one person who could most likely help her out when it comes to her situation. And so with him not being there, she's wondering what in the world could she do next. She does run into Ben Grimm, and he does try his best to help her, but unfortunately, Homeboy can't do that. But then she realized that the Fantastic Four has a direct line to the Avengers, and so she's able to travel through that line to head over to Avengers Mansion to see if the Avengers could help out with this situation. Except the problem is, as soon as she traveled through that line, well, Iron Man was on the other side of that line, and let's just say she basically shut down his entire armor when she transport herself over to Avengers Mansion. And so Iron Man is knocked out. Not knocked out, but his armor is shut down. Now, you have Tony Stark still able to communicate with her because only his armor has been shut down. But either way, you have Tony tell Monica Rambeau, you need to give me a jolt of energy to get my armor back online. Unfortunately, she is afraid to use her power because right now she's unable to control her powers. And so she's afraid that she could literally kill the guy if she does try to use her powers on him. And so he says, go out there and find some help. Now, she does run into Jarvis, but Tony was able to tell Jarvis it's okay. She's not a bad guy, she is a good guy, and we need to help her, but to help me first so that we're able to help her out. And this leads into the conclusion of today's video, which honestly is a crazy wrap up because when Peter Parker arrives at Avengers Mansion, this homeboy still believes that Monica Rambeau could be somebody dangerous because of his spider sense. In reality, she is, but to Peter Parker, it's not because, oh, her power is going crazy. It's more of, oh, she's a bad guy, I have to stop her. And so when he does confront her, Monica was on her way to the basement of Avengers Mansion because Tony told her, go down there. There's a cage that could withstand your blast and save the day and save all lives on Earth. Except Peter Parker stops her and then knocks her out because he believes that she is a bad guy. That is a huge problem because now she's definitely not in control of her powers, which means that sooner or later her powers could basically go off, which they are about to do. And this leads into our conclusion. Thanks to Iron Man and Peter Parker, they were able to find a way to kind of make a bubble around her powers, but at the same time drain the energy out of her so that she'll not kill the entire world. Once they're all done, the day is over. The day is saved. Just like that. Bam. Whew. And the story really wraps up with Spider-Man going back over to the bus station because he remembered that he was supposed to meet Harry and Liz at the bus station at the very beginning of this storyline. And so luckily they got there late. So technically Peter getting back there freaking out was okay. But this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please hit that like button down below and subscribe. But guys, I'll see y'all next time. Later.